Hey everybody, it's Becky. I thought I would share with you a little Christmas craft I did today. This is one I was going to do last year. I had seen someone else do it on their channel. I think it was Jennifer Moen 5 who did it, and I thought, oh, how cute. These are boxes that you get at the Dollar Tree. So you pay a whole $1 for it, and you just cut an opening up here at the top and feed your, you stick your Kleenex box in and then feed it up through there. So last year I got that concussion and wasn't able to do much of anything. So I saved these boxes. I bought 2 boxes last year, and then I bought some more this year because I want to do some gifts. You'll see when I first did my first cut, it's very rough, and that's because I tried kind of sawing through all the layers all at once, and it ended up with a really rough edge. So then I figured out the next time how to do it differently, and you'll see the edge is much straighter. So I'm going to show you in a minute how to do that. Now, I bought, I'll show you the other one I got last year. That's this one. This is the little bakery shop, and I've already cut the opening, so you'll see that looks fairly smooth. There's still going to be a little bit of snaggly stuff, and I took my little detail scissors and, kind of tried to trim it up as best I can, but by the time you put the tissue in there, it's not going to really show, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. So there's that one, and then I got these. I'm doing 4 of these. There are going to be some gifts for some friends who I don't think watch my videos, so I think we're safe. And again, you can see this is a little rough, but I got these because I had found these mugs, and you'll see the little red kind of sweater thing is on both of these, and then note the little green cut back here. Here's a little tin that they have. Let's see if I can get this on. It says have a cup of cheer. That's got that little red sweater, and then here's that green one again. And I'm pointing out the green one because there's a little plate that's got the green on it, and this says Cookies for Santa. And I'm on the lookout. I need one more of these plates, but I haven't been able to find. I found 2 in one store, 1 in another one, so I'm still on the treasure hunt trying to find one more. But so I'm making little boxes, so it's going to be a kind of a little themed gift set that, all the kind of goes together. So let me show you how I did this. Now you'll notice this one is a little shorter, and I thought, uh-oh. But I took the Kleenex box out and put it in. It actually fits nice and snug in this one, so it's perfect. This is still a perfect size. This is not too big, so either size will work. And if you're worried about it, just take the box that you've picked out, walk back to the department where they sell the Kleenex back in the corner or wherever it is in your Dollar Tree, and stick the box down in there to make sure it'll fit, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I think these are the only 2 sizes they have, but I'm not going to swear to that. So let me show you what I did and how I made it. I've got one more to cut, and where did I put it? Here it is. And this I discovered, the other 3 were small, but this is big like my original one. So I'm going to show you the measurements for both, but you'll want to double check measurements on yours. But for these, the bigger boxes were measuring 5 1/4 across. And then I divided that by 2 to find the center point, because we're going to mark the center point here. And that comes out 2.65, which equals 2 5/8. So I measured over 2 5/8 inch from the edge, and then you should be able to do it from either edge, and mark the center point. And then the tissue box opening is about 3 1/2 inches. So I divided that by 2. So we want to go 1.75 inches from that center point. So I then measured out 1.75. I don't know if you can see it, but this is marked right here and right here. So that gives you your opening for the tissue to come up. And then what I did was I came down about 1/8 of an inch and took my ruler and laid it across, this way, and drew a little line connecting those 2 points on both sides. because you want your opening to be about 1/4 of an inch. It doesn't have to be exact, but you know, about 1/4 of an inch. And that, because the first time I cut one, one of the smaller ones, I didn't have it quite wide enough, and then had to do some fixing. This original box I did had a little flat line across the top, so that made it easy. I just cut on either side of that. But that didn't work for these because these come to a point. They don't have that little flat place. So when I first did one, I didn't do it quite wide enough. So you want to make it so it's about 1/4 of an inch, or your Kleenex is not going to come out cleanly. So then what I did is just take my craft knife, and you just cut down through here. I can't do this through the camera, guys, but you're going to cut both ends, and you can probably do that in one clean sweep. But then, and I would take this off the box, but I'm leaving it on here for this purpose because I've got the camera set at this height. You're just going to, don't try and cut all the way through all the layers, because this, you know, as you can see from these, they're fairly thick. So do it this way. Just draw your knife right along that line, and you want to press firmly. I'm not doing this because it's too hard to do through the camera lens, but so I'm just barely doing it. But you want to put a little pressure on and just slowly draw it along that line until you get to your end point down here. Then go back and draw it along that same line again, and each time you do it, you're going to go a little bit deeper into that cardboard. But you'll end up with a fairly clean cut in the end. It's probably going to take you at least 4 or 5 draws along that line, depending on how sharp your knife is and how much pressure you've put on it. One of them I got through in 3. I think I was pushing really hard, but the others all took 4 or 5, and even then I might have still had a couple of spots that I missed. And if you do, then just go back and clean those up. And then you just flip it around and do the same thing on the other side, you know, 4 or 5 draws to get all the way through. And then you should be able to pull this piece out. Now you may end up with some jagged edges. That's not going to show because I haven't cut that one yet. Or some little tearing along here, and it's okay because nobody's going to see that. I mean, the tissue is going to hide, you know, most of the imperfections along the top because it's going to be laying on that line, and so nobody's going to really notice. And the other thing to remember is that these are handcrafted items, and so, you know, they're not going to be perfect. They're not cut by machine. They are cut by hand. So don't fret and worry too much. But if you do get a little bit that didn't come off all the way, just take some little detail scissors and kind of snip and clean up the fuzz and stuff. I did have that happen several times. So I just, you know, snipped and kind of cleaned it up as best I could. But I think they turned out kind of cute and fairly easy to do. I mean, this takes probably less than half an hour to cut. Doing the math was the hardest part, and I've already done that for you. I didn't tell you the measurements on the smaller box. The opening was 4.75, which makes the midpoint 2 6/8 of an inch over from either edge. And then again, you're gonna, you know, go 1.75 again from that middle point to get your outer cut spot here. So there's the math, and written on the back of my receipt. This is all very official. I hope you appreciate that hard work I did. And I'll put those measurements down in the description box below too for you. So have fun, and maybe you want to try this. If you do want to try it, get to Dollar Tree soon and grab one of these boxes because they are selling out fast. I noticed there's not very many left in my stores that I've been to recently. So, but if nothing else, tuck the idea away in the back of your head, save this video, and you can always try it next year when they start getting Christmas stuff in. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.